Okay. Hi, everybody. I am Emma Cooper. I'm the creative coordinator at Hope at Hand. Hope at Hand is a nonprofit in Jacksonville, Florida. We do poetry and art therapy for at-risk youth. And we also host Jack's Poetry Fest every year. And this is our 10th anniversary, which is so exciting. We've been doing these free virtual workshops. We've got in-person events, open mics, so many things free for the public. We really hope you enjoy this. We do it truly just for you. So we hope you get something out of it and you enjoy it. We've only got one workshop left this year. It's for tomorrow. There's a couple spots left. So if you do want to sign up for that, you can do that at jackspoetryfest.org. And otherwise, we will see you next year. I am gonna just introduce Deborah real quick. So Deborah Eve Grayson is a registered poetry therapist and expressive arts specialist, a licensed mental health counselor with a PhD in clinical sexology, and enjoys a private practice helping individuals with trauma, depression, and anxiety. An award-winning author and photographer, she is also a college professor. So busy, busy girl. Thank you so much for hosting this workshop for us, and I'll let you get started.
Thank you so much and welcome everybody. Thank you for your participation so far. You guys are inspiring me. I want you to know that. It's like I've met new family members. So be sure to drop me a note and let me know how you're all doing. So Poetry as Prescription is the title of this particular workshop that I've never given before. I like to invent new things and just kind of develop them as I go. However, it is not a new concept at all. As a poetry therapist, we often prescribe certain poems to go along with a certain emotion. Now, how do we do that? And how do we know it's the correct medicine? What are some things that you know automatically about poetry when you're feeling a certain kind of a way? So before I go to any slides, I just want to say incantations, rhythm, music, poetry have been used for centuries to soothe souls, to celebrate victories, used as a love balm for broken hearts. And it's kept us company when isolation seemed to be our only companion. So I know that many of you, like Erica Young has said, nibbling at the nipples of our pens, that we get nourishment from writing, that we get sustenance from writing. What are certain poems that you can think of on the spot? I know it's hard to do when you're in the moment, believe me, that give you a sense of healing. So let's put it in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my, everybody is saying something. Your desk would say ouch or clear me. Yeah, I think mine would too. All right. What poem or poems do you go to? Or what piece of music? So I'll give you some ideas as you're thinking. There's an old song. Remember, I'm an old person. I'm about to enter my 7th decade, and there used to be a song in the 60s, I think. Mama said there'd be days like this, there'd be days like this, my mama said, things like that. I have a whole book of poems about lost love. Oh, I know that one. I know that one. Writing about the heartbreak. Yes, absolutely. Those are great collections. Yes. And Still I Rise. Thank you, Ms. Maya, who I got to meet in person. And oh my God, that woman, taller than a cypress and just as relevant. Rilke, Live the Questions. Yes, absolutely. In fact, I say that to all of my students who ask a lot of questions. I say, give yourself the answer that you're seeking and see what happens. That's another great prompt, by the way. Answer your own questions. So ask a question, then answer it. I'm going to be throwing them at you, Mary. The Merton Prayer. I don't know that, but I will look it up. I don't know what AFK is either. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm on a foreign planet. Robert Frost, absolutely. Miles to go before I sleep. I love the cadence of that one too. What a great prescription for calming down. I don't know if I taught you the trick of calm, right? Did I? I did not. As others are coming on, you use your hand as a monitor of sorts, but also as a visionary cube. So you spell out CALM after you have put in a picture of something that begins with the letter C that evokes calm. So I'm going to do this for you so that we can go to the other things that I've prepared for you. So something starting with the letter C might be comforter, and you imagine your comforter wrapped around you. And when you have a really good vision, a really good view of that, you click it 3 times into your thumb. 1, 2, 3. That's an anchoring technique. We can anchor with poetry as well, but it's much easier if we just start with something more concrete. And we know that we dream in poetry and we live in prose. So we want to just get the image first. Go to the letter A. We're spelling out calm. A to the thumb. Let me give you air, but not just any air. The kind of air that you've been looking for, the kind of breathing space that you're searching for. It could be imaginary or real, it doesn't matter. I often go to I call it October air in New Jersey when the leaves are just beginning to change and the air is beginning to get crisp. Can you all relate to that one? Yeah. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. L to the thumb. Something that begins the letter L that creates calm. I'm going to say laughter. Love doesn't always work. Love can be on both sides of that fence, pain or pleasure. We don't want to confuse. So, or lounging. I'll tell you what other people have said. Or life. Life makes them calm. Light. Light is another one that's used a lot. You know, that certain kind of light when it's just bright enough. You know the one I'm talking about. Click that one 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then M. I'm going to use mindfulness. Mindfulness helps me land in the moment into the right now. I picture it. 1, 2, 3. I have just saved you thousands upon thousands of dollars of counseling sessions. You now have complete and total control over peacefulness and what used to be anxiety now turned into excitement in the palm of your hand. Okay. Some of you have certain poems that you use, certain songs that you use. I hope it's okay to go on from there. Yeah? Is it? Are we ready to move along? All right. That was just a little sidebar note. Yeah, something I had in my pocket. Comforter is great. Yeah, comforter is fabulous. We use that one a lot, a lot. Let's go to the first slide and let me introduce you to a term. So the father of poetry therapy, Jack Leedy, Dr. Jack Leedy, an amazing force of a man, was a psychiatrist, and he would prescribe poetry for his patients at Cumberland Hospital. The term that matches the emotion is called the ISO principle. And the only reason I'm teaching it to you today is we want to match a poem that goes with the emotion. It becomes the understanding someone with whom we can share our innermost fears, our desires, our questions. so that we don't feel so alone in what we're feeling. Many of you have gone to a certain poem and you've gone, oh my God, that's mine. I wrote that. It's by someone else, but that's my story, right? How many of you, that's true, right? You read it, you identify with it. That's the ISO principle at work. Now, as poetry therapists, we learn about the inherent dangers of assigning certain poems too. How can a poem be dangerous? Well, if it is there to, you have to know the true worth and value and weight of these words. As we well know, words can be elixirs, they can be panaceas for pain, but they can also be swords. They can also be knives in the back, right? The great Lucille Clifton, I just happen to have a picture of her and I here. So I'm going to brag about that one from the Poetry Festival, Dodge Poetry Festival in New Jersey. She died, unfortunately, 3 months after this photo was taken. She was about to read the poem I'm going to quote from. It's called, I'm not going to read you the poem. I'm just going to tell you the intention of how a word can be like a sword or a knife. It's called, the poem is called Wish for Sons. Is anybody familiar with that beautiful piece of poetry? So the first line is, I wish them cramps. Now, that could be a political poem, as Yvette might call it. It could be a rant, all the things that we wish for someone that we're really PO'd at, right? I wish them this, I wish them that. She goes on to say, in a white skirt, at a 7-Eleven that has run out of sanitary pads. I mean, she just goes on, and I wish this for them bad, you know, so that maybe they will find seething gynecologists unlike themselves and change. You know, that's basically the gist. Yeah, I wish them random hot flashes. Here we go. Oh, I can just imagine. Oh, this one is really insightful. I have Lucille Clifton's book, Good Woman. Yeah, I love her poem about the greens. I love all of her stuff. She's a personal favorite. Yeah, I wish them random hot flashes in the middle of summer. Absolutely. Sometimes a line of poetry is almost as good as the poem itself. All right, next slide. I have so many yummy things for you. I want to make sure I get to them all as best I can. So Dr. Leedy was known for saying certain things over and over again, like, take 2 aspirin and 1 poem and call me in the morning. It's not a bad prescription. I often give clients and students a poem and I ask them to take 5 minutes and answer what the poem is asking. Use your feeling brain, not your thinking brain. He has also said, life is a 5-4 decision in the Supreme Court of the mind. Counteract the hopelessness. You can change that one vote. Sit down and turn blood into ink. Very powerful, isn't it? Okay, let's go to our first official writing exercise. Are you ready? You ready to scribe? I don't know. I don't think they're ready. I wish them pap smears. Keep them coming. With a cold speculum. How about that? Should we add that? My gyno used to at least have a warming tray. Anybody? Yeah, there's more. There's more. Okay. So here's our first writing prompt. If you were to make a list of emotions that need a prescription, we can go to the next slide, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to just hold that. What would the list include? And what would be their treatment or cure? I will say it again. If you were to make a list of emotions that need a prescription, what would the list include? Let's start there. I'm going to give you part 2 after we do part 1. Okay? Let's take 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 5 whole minutes. I will time us. I see where we are. And I'm going to do this with you. I've never done it with at the same time, but I'm going to. Start now. For those of you just entering, we are writing a list of emotions that need a prescription. Let's just take one more minute. We are just completing for right now a list of emotions that need a prescription. You're fine. You're fine. Hafeza, you're fine. What we're doing is writing a list of emotions that need a prescription. That's part 1. And know that you can continue writing and you can return to this at any time, especially if you've already written the day, the date, time, and place. It's like, oh, welcome home. We have a space here for you. And I do recommend that you leave a space in your journal to continue for later. I do that often. So let's get some feedback. Let's put into the chat, please, some of the list. I can give an example. Yes, that's what the list is for. That's what people's feedback is for. Anger. Okay, good. And please add to your list. If somebody names something and you don't have that on yours, put it in there. Oh, these are wonderful. These are wonderful. I'll read them out to you so you can keep writing. Anger, sadness, heartbreak, love. It's like the plagues, feeling small, feeling lost, self-hatred, silenced, being silenced, grief, overwhelmingness, aggression, terror, tension, denial, uncertainty, anxiety, distrust, starved, paranoia. Oh, these are excellent. Distrust, anxiety. Yes. Uncertainty, denial, disappointment, too determined. Interesting. Interesting. Bitterness, disgust, shame, fear, love, regret, jealousy. These are some fabulous, fabulous examples. Oh, lamentful. Oh, these are phenomenal. You guys are great. Obsession, bittersweet, envy, confusion. Oh my goodness. You guys are making me think of a whole nother book to recommend to you that I use as a regular thing in my office. Good thing I'm here. So, this is called The Book of Qualities by J. Ruth Gendler. She puts human characteristics to emotions, and they're no ordinary emotions. Here, I just opened it to this. So, excitement, and it also has, whoops, pictures. She's an artist as well. And this one starts out, excitement wears orange socks. Now, this was made in 1988, her first edition. This one's falling apart like you just would not believe, but paper clips work well, for now. It's also my 10th copy, but this is the one that she signed for me when we did a workshop together. Imagine then if you could put personification into what these feelings are, what these emotions are. What would anger look like? What would doubt look like? Here, doubt camped out in the living room last week. I told him we had too many house guests. Doubt doesn't listen. He keeps saying the same thing again and again and again till I completely forget what I'm trying to tell him. Doubt is demanding and not very generous, but I appreciate his honesty. So that's just a brief idea of how you could even list qualities of the emotion. Sometimes we need to take a step back from things because they're too personal, they're too close, they're too, they get blurry if they're too close. So we need the perspective of third person. She is one who, or he is one that. Does that make sense to you? Yeah? Okay. So, yeah, phenomenal. All right. Let me see if anybody else has a burning question. I really need one for outrage. Uh, or for rage. Crushing every can of soda with my hands after I drink it and throwing it across the room in the trash. I love the alliteration of that. You could work with the sound of that, like kick, crush, soda, splash, drink, rage, done. Something like that. That could be a kind of list of emotions in and of itself. You guys are inspiring me. I had no idea I was going to go off onto that. Outrage is good in this moment. Yes. You know, a lot of people try to silence themselves, and that does no one any good. It is good to show anger because, anger's gotten a bad rap, and I've done a lot of articles on this very thing. Without anger, we wouldn't have passion. Without love, we wouldn't have anger. We have to know on this continuum what's in the middle as well as what's on the outskirts, right? We have the normative curve, but then we have the standard of deviation. We need it all. All right, I'm going to move on. The rest of that, right? if you want to get to it later, is what would be their treatment or their cure? So I think that whole idea about crushing a can, that might be a treatment for anger. So I'm going to read to you the poem Sweet Darkness that I use as a prescription for many things. I'm going to let you tell me what the emotions are that come up as I read the whole poem. What you're seeing is just a part of it. So this is Sweet Darkness. I want you to be writing as I am reading to you the line or the words or the clause, the stanza that really spoke to you. When your eyes are tired, the world is tired also. When your vision has gone, no part of the world can find you. Time to go into the dark, where the night has eyes to recognize its own. There you can be sure you are not beyond love. The dark will be your womb tonight. The night will give you a horizon further than you can see. You must learn one thing. The world was made to be free in. Give up all the other worlds except the one to which you belong. Sometimes it takes darkness and the sweet confinement of your aloneness to learn anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you. Brilliant, tried and true poem that every poetry therapist knows, and I hope every poet knows. So, what spoke to you from there? Let's see. I could see pens scribbling. I see you out there writing. Can we access the recording to catch up? I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I can answer that question real quick. All the recordings for every JPF workshop will be available on our Hope at Hand YouTube page. And we'll send out something about it. Don't worry.
Yay. Oh, these are wonderful. Everybody's hearing a different part. Oh, what a beautiful symphony this is. The whole world seems to be feeling the way I am feeling at that time. Time to go into the dark. Listen to the poem, be a different poem. When your vision has gone, no part of the world can find you. Actually, they said, no part of the word can find you. I think that works just as well, Cheryl. You are not beyond love. Dark will be a womb tonight. The world was made to be free in. The night has eyes to recognize its own. Yes. What emotions were going on here? Let me hear a voice. Who can raise their hand? I want to hear a voice. I'm hungry for a sound now. My eyes are tired. I want to hear a sound. I love how the dark will be your womb tonight. Yeah. It's incubating, right? It's incubating. Just like we need silence, we're going to get there. I heard boldness. I heard boldness. Yeah, that's a good one. Different from yelling. Let's see who else. I love how the dark will be your womb. It was repeated in the message. Yes. The night has eyes to recognize its own. Yeah. Sometimes we don't recognize our own reflection in a mirror. Has that ever happened to you? Who's this old lady looking back at me? Never seen her before. Who's that scary person? So, in part, David White has said what we have trouble saying. Sometimes it's scary to go into the dark. It's an invitation, though, isn't it? Time to go into the dark. Because sometimes it takes aloneness and the sweet confinement to learn anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you. So let's go into the next writing prompt. Are we ready? Yes? Okay, we're gonna do a bunch. Is that all right? Is that okay if we write? Yeah? Okay, here we go. Everybody's all caught up because it's right there on the screen. Out of this poem, which line spoke to you the most? And let's continue writing from there. Now, I'm going to give 5 minutes for each one of these, and I'm going to start timing it now. So time yourself accordingly. This will be a total of 15 minutes. I'll be checking in after 5, after 10, and after 15. And go. We are just doing the first prompt, first line from the David White poem, Sweet Darkness. Give yourselves 1 more minute just to complete the first prompt. You can always use the title as a prompt as well. The title of this poem was Sweet Darkness.
Deborah, someone's asking in the chat if they can see the poem lines again. Should I just flip back to the last slide?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes, please.
if it'll work. Let's see. There we go. Just let me know when you want me to move on again.
Which book was mentioned? The Book of Qualities, that one? By J. Ruth Gendler, Gendler. The Book of Qualities. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Like greed is in there, depression, power, beauty, faith, compassion. And she switches genders every other page. It's either he or she. Not to give the qualities to any one gender or the many genders or agendered. Empathy, what a great word that is, right? Oh, thank you, Sam, for putting Sweet Darkness up there. Thank you so much. The link to the poem, I appreciate that. Can you turn the page? The slide. Yes. So, pause for right now, knowing that you can return to that at any time. But for right now, we're going to go into the second one. What is your prescription for loneliness? Let's go back. The other slide. What is your prescription? Thank you. For loneliness. You have 5 minutes.
Sorry about that, Deborah.
No worries. They get foreshadowing. I love that. Mistakes are like weeds. They're flowers that haven't happened yet. You can write a poem or free write. Absolutely. I don't ever limit anyone's creativity. We are going to share some of these after the third write. Bring it to a close for right now. And let me pause on number 3 for a reason. Typically, when I do a dialogue, I have a longer period of time to do the right. I didn't want to get to that one today, but I wanted you to have it for later. And let me tell you the particulars that go with it to make it even more meaningful. The dialogue that you're going to have will require you to use both your dominant as well. So I'm a lefty, your dominant hand as well as your non-dominant hand. Loneliness for me would be written then in my right hand because that is my non-dominant hand. Mindfulness, the stronger of the two in certain ways, or the preferred place where I want to be, would be written with my dominant hand. This creates so much prescriptive ways to go, so many directions. It will bring things to the surface. So I want you to know this. Our subconscious is made to protect us all the time. It will never, ever bring anything to the surface that we are not ready, willing, or able to work with. So that's for later, so that we can move along to the others. All right? Leave room on your page. Leave room on your page. So let's share some of what we have written so far. You can choose either from one or two, something that you want to share with the group. I want to hear your voice though, so we're going to have to unmute you.
Is it
Whose
okay
hand?
that I stop sharing the screen, Deborah, so we can see
Yes,
everyone's faces?
yes, yes, I love that.
Great.
I see Victoria's hand, so I'm going to click on Victoria. Let me see, can she hear? Or do you click on Victoria? Here,
Yeah,
click on
I can do it for you, Deborah, if you just want to call on people and I'll click the button.
Victoria.
Okay. Can you see me? You said
Yes.
video. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't think I would be called so fast. um, Time to go into the dark. Abandon the sacks of salt that have no more use. Homelessness is not the end of life. Yes, there are dangerous spirits there, but you met some already. Remember, right in your home when you did not even know how to get them away from you, out of your hair. The dark has saved people. Ask the strongest of people. They're out there in the streets, more willing to talk about it than we are. Take what you can with you. Light on your back, softly sitting in your mind. That positive affirmation you memorized long ago. It just flew out of your mouth in a soft whisper on those cloudy, cold mornings you weren't prepared to face.
Whew. That was a 5 minute right?
Yeah. I didn't
I'm
like it
so
very
kind
much.
of whipped up. I bet you have dinner guests like over 20 people full and no problem.
Thank you.
That was amazing, Victoria. Amazing. Let's see. Yan Shem. Am I saying the name correctly?
Okay, I chose dark will be the wound tonight. It's comforting, warm with blood, pulsating into you, the love of your mother, filling your body, nourishing your growth. It is the ocean surrounding you like the first life forms as when you surface and learn to breathe.
You guys are incredible. Someone else has their hand up. Do you see them? Yes, I do. Is it,
Shell.
what is the name? Coin?
Shell.
Shell. Thank you. Shell.
The world was made to be free and really spoke to me. I spent too many years imprisoned by other people's judgments and expectations. Too many years playing small. Too many years trying to be invisible, and by extension, safe. It took so long to throw off those limitations, even when I was the only one still imposing them. It took so long to feel like I mattered, to overcome the programming, to say a great big F you to that noise, and pick up my brush and my pen and make my own meaning, make hope, make myself.
Oh, so some of you already did the prescription. Some of you did the recipe, the list. Yeah. Wow. There are many more people I know to get to. Maybe if we could make the chat available, and if everyone could put that line or those lines into the chat. I am desperately aware of the time that is more than flying. I think I don't know where it went. It's where my other sock is, like I have always said. Can we go to the next slide? Thank you everyone for your
Absolutely.
contributions. They're amazing. We need to write a book or something. So I wanted you to notice how you felt before you wrote what you just read, how you felt during the process, and after writing. And note what changed, what shifted, what moved a half inch to the side, or maybe just disappeared altogether. Did you notice something physically happen? Did you notice something emotionally turn on or turn off? Did something beyond words and body happen? Take note of what those things were. I'm going to skip over a couple of slides and go to slide 8, please. Right there. I know that we are all poets. We are natural poets. We are natural musicians. We are natural beings in an unnatural world, trying to adjust, trying to make good out of this mess. According to Wendell Berry, and he wrote this and in parens said, to remind myself. So these are things I want to remind you of. Make a place to sit down. Sit down. Be quiet. You must depend upon affection, reading, knowledge, skill, more of each than you have. Inspiration, work, growing older, patience. For patience joins time to eternity. There's more. Next one. Next slide. Make the best you can of it, of the little words that come out of silence, like prayers prayed back to the one who prays. Make a poem that does not disturb the silence from which it came. So here's the final prompt. The next time I feel blank, yeah, let's hold on to that. I will blank. No, the next slide after this one. Silence can be a reliant superpower when it comes to healing a physical, emotional, or spiritual hurt. As It's not swell, but as well as depression, anxiety, isolation, trauma, and the list goes on and on regarding universal themes. These are universal themes. We all know what it's like to feel the things that we feel. It is a sign of being awkwardly, equally, defiantly human. So the next time you feel anything, know that it's a sign of being alive and celebrate it. Because one day it will be otherwise. And while we're here, let's be here. So I know we're at the 1 o'clock time. I would love to hear at least a couple, if I can, of the next time I feel blank, I will blank. So can we do a little go around of that? Yeah, Emma, can we?
We can. If you're willing to stay, I'm willing to stay.
I
And
told my next
everybody
patient I
else.
won't be ready till 1:15. So
Okay, good. Everybody else, if you need to get going, completely understand. Thank you for joining. But yeah, if anyone else wants to share, let's do it.
Oh, good, good, good. So the next time I feel blank, I will blank.
I've got Carl ready to go. Carl, you can unmute.
Good.
The next time I feel sad, I will get up and play my keyboard and sing.
Yes. Yes, you're giving us all ideas. Can I come over and play on your keyboard too? Imaginary ones work too. That's fabulous. Ah, the next time I feel blank, I'll shuffle some beautiful pens around. I love that I gave the prompt of blank and it was used. That was brilliant. Shuffling pens. What a great idea. Thank you. That was from Victoria. Thank you, Victoria. Oh, someone had to leave early. That's okay. Who else are we hearing from?
Am I missing anybody before we gotta log off?
Yes. Where'd they go? I just went off of the chat. Raise your hand so we can see you. I think Jan. Yes, Jan was one.
Jan, do you wanna share your voice or you want me to read it for you?
I'll read it. I just wrote, next time I feel lonely, I will write a poem.
There you go. Make a friend. Exactly. That was beautiful. Some of the best things are the simplest things. Oh, I'm getting a thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Deborah, do you think you could give me a copy of that poem of your father? Can I give you my email? I really
Yes.
loved it and I kept telling everyone about it.
Yes, the one my father is teaching me English
Polish.
in
Yeah.
a Mexican restaurant.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my email.
Let me write this down. Hang on 1 second. Oh my goodness, I didn't get to like so many things. Whoops. This was more important. I'm touched that you were so touched by that. And I
Yeah,
also know
I-
why.
yeah, I lost my father, but also just he taught me a lot of interesting things.
Let me see where. Oh, another great prompt. We should do a whole session on this one, but things my mother taught me, things my father taught me, things like that. The next time I feel blank, I will boil eggs. Jan, I'm looking for your, I don't see where your email is.
I'll send it again to
Oh,
you
wait.
directly.
I don't see it.
send it directly to you?
I've got it, Deborah, I can email it to you. I've
Thank
got-
you.
Yeah, of course. I don't think I'm missing anybody else that wants to share. But thank you, everybody who did. And thank you, Deborah, again for hosting this workshop. We love you.
This was my divine pleasure. It really was. How wonderful to be united with such amazing, amazing people from all over the world. Like I said, it doesn't feel quite so large and unreachable when I feel like I have you all so close to my heart. The work that all of you are doing is substantial and necessary. Please keep reaching out with your words, with your actions. It matters. Whatever it is that you're doing to add life and light to this world, it matters. Be that one star, be that one light, which you already are.